Fortinet NSE 7-SD-WAN 6.4 real updated questions are helpful in the preparation. 1. Which statement reflects how BGP tags work with SD-WAN rules? A. BGP tags match the SD-WAN rule based on the order that these rules were installed. B. BGP tags require that the adding of static routes be enabled on all ADVPN interfaces. C. Route tags are used for a BGP community and the SD-WAN rules are assigned the same tag. D. VPN topologies are formed using only BGP dynamic routing with SD-WAN. 2. In the default SD-WAN minimum configuration, which two statements are correct when traffic matches the default implicit SD-WAN rule? Choose 2. A. Traffic has matched none of the FortiGate policy routes. B. Matched traffic failed RPF and was caught by the rule. C. The FIB lookup resolved interface was the SD-WAN interface. D. An absolute SD-WAN rule was defined and matched traffic. 3. What is the Inkmtd process responsible for? A. Monitoring links for any bandwidth saturation. B. Processing performance SLA probes. C. Flushing route tags addresses. D. Logging interface quality information. 4. Which diagnostic command can you use to show the SD-WAN rules interface information and state? A. Diagnose SYS virtual WAN link neighbor. B. Diagnose SYS virtual WAN link route tag list. C. Diagnose SYS virtual WAN link member. D. Diagnose SYS virtual WAN link service. 5. Which two statements describe how IPsec Phase 1 aggressive mode is different from main mode when performing IK negotiation? Choose 2. A. XAuth is enabled as an additional level of authentication, which requires a username and password. B. The use of Diffie Hellman keys is limited by the responder and needs initiator acceptance. C. 3 packets are exchanged between an initiator and a responder instead of 6 packets. D. The peer ID is included in the first packet from the initiator, along with suggested security policies. 6. FortiGate is connected to the Internet and is obtaining the IP address on its egress interlace from the DHCP server. Which statement is due when FortiGate restarts and receives preconfigured settings to install as part of a zero-touch provisioning process? A. FortiDeploy connects with FortiGate and provides the initial configuration to contact FortiManager B. The zero-touch provisioning process completes internally, behind FortiGate. C. FortiManager registers FortiGate after the restart and retrieves the existing configuration. D. The FortiGate Cloud Key added to the FortiGate Cloud Portal and FortiGate performs a factory reset before the restart. 7. Which two statements describe how IPsec Phase 1 main mode is different from aggressive mode when performing IK negotiation? Choose 2. A. A peer ID is included in the first packet from the initiator, along with suggested security policies. B. XAuth is enabled as an additional level of authentication, which requires a username and password. C. A total of 6 packets are exchanged between an initiator and a responder instead of 3 packets. D. The use of Diffie Hellman keys is limited by the responder and needs initiator acceptance. 8. What are 2 reasons why it is effective to implement the Internet Service Database (ISDB) in an SD-WAN rule? Choose 2. A. The ISDB applies rules to traffic from specific sources, based on application type. B. The ISDB is dynamically updated and reduces administrator maintenance. C. The ISDB requires application control to maintain signatures and perform load balancing. D. The ISDB covers the SDN dynamic connector's private and public addresses. E. The ISDB contains the IP addresses and port ranges of well-known destinations. 9. Which diagnostic command you can use to show interface-specific SLA logs for the last 10 minutes? A. Diagnose SYS Virtual WAN Link Health Check. B. Diagnose SYS Virtual WAN Link Log. C. Diagnose SYS Virtual WAN Link SLA Log. D. Diagnose SYS Virtual WAN Link INTF SLA Log. 10. An administrator is troubleshooting VoIP quality issues that occur when calling external phone numbers. The SD-WAN interface on the edge FortiGate is configured with the default settings, and is using 2 upstream links. One link has random jitter and latency issues and is based on a wireless connection. Which 2 actions must the administrator apply simultaneously on the edge FortiGate to improve VoIP quality using SD_WAN rules? A. Select the corresponding SD-WAN balancing strategy in the SD-WAN rule. B. Choose the suitable interface based on the interface cost and weight. C. Use the performance SLA targets to detect latency and jitter instantly. D. Place the troublesome link at the top of the interface preference list. E. Configure an SD-WAN rule to load balance all traffic without VoIP.